Well, that's the new Matthews Creed XS. I think this is going to be a really good shooting little bow, but that's a topic for another day. What I want to talk to you about today is shooting in the wintertime. And if you live in a northern kind of Midwest state like Indiana, where you can have a long, hard, cold winter, getting out and shooting targets is, not an easy thing to do. It's a nice day today. It's 50 degrees, January, and that's not typical. So getting in a place that's warm with your buddies and being able to have a good time and shoot some targets, that's a blessing if you have that. We have a good friend that started to shoot with his family, an indoor shoot here locally, and I think that's going to be a good resource for people in the wintertime, especially the kids. And we got to talk to him a little bit here recently and about what they're doing, the vision behind what they're doing, and it was really interesting. So while I go down here and gather my arrows, I want to take you over to the archery barn. We're going to talk to Benny a little bit. Check it out. Well, hey everybody, I hope you had a really good 2013 season. Hope it wound up the way you were wanting it to wind up. And here we are in 2014. Time really flies by, and we're in the off season. I got my good old buddy Bennie Barger here with me, and Benny's affiliated with Matthews. He's a Matthews shooter, affiliated with High Performance Archery, and I know you shoot competitively, Benny. Tell us a little bit about your affiliation with Matthews and High Performance Archery, and a little bit about the circuit you're going to be shooting and the class you're going to be shooting and stuff like that.
Well, I started with High Performance Archery as a pro staff for his archery company, and I'm still a pro shooter for his archery company, but I'm also a pro shooter for Matthews now. So I shoot 3D mainly, which is actual animal targets with a scoring ring system on it. I shoot IBO sanction, ASA sanction. I'm going to shoot the pro circuit this year, which will be my first year in the pro circuit. I've shot semi-pro for 2 years now. I've been shooting competitively for 3 years solid now, and so I'm been pretty competitive in the semi-pro class. So I'm gonna try the pro circuit, see how it works out for me.
Cool deal. I know shooting competitively, that it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of practice, a lot of hard work, and really that's a year-round deal. I mean, and if you live in a state like Indiana, where we have several winter months where you really can't get outside and shoot, that can be kind of tough if you really don't have a place to go and do that. And I know you started to shoot here, an indoor shoot that you run. I think you run it two nights a week. And tell us a little bit about, just the whole ideology behind why you wanted to start this, and just the whole idea behind getting this started.
Well, I love archery, so I wanted to be able to do what people did for me and introduce the sport to other people. Well, I was blessed enough for my family to help me out and buy some targets, some 3D animals, some 3D targets, and my dream is to shoot archery for the rest of my life. So in order to do that, you kind of need targets, you kind of need things like that. So we've been talking, and my family was really interested in it. We combined and we bought some 3D targets. They already had an existing building, so we kind of revamped it, remodeled it, put a lot of time and work into it. So now we have an archery barn, we call it, TJ's Archery Barn, and we're going to have spot shoots, these 3D leagues, the spot league. And that's the reason I wanted to do it, was, for me as a pro shooter, I needed that, and also I love the sport and I wanted to introduce it to other people. So
Right. And I know you're going to kind of try to, I believe you were saying you were going to try to get like the National Archery in the Schools program kind of involved in this.
Yeah, we've already talked to Scottsburg. We've already talked to Deputy. We have Southwestern's number. I've already talked to 4-H leader. So yeah, that's definitely something we're going to do, and hopefully get it in here soon. And that's what I want. I want to get the kids in here. I want them to learn archery and know how much fun it actually is. Archery ain't the most fun to watch.
Right.
So, it's kind of like golf, but it's exceptional.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really fun. So
yeah,
we want to definitely introduce the kids to it.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's great. And like I say, people that are just looking to get out, these winter months when they really want to shoot, but it's so miserable outside sometimes that you just can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the address to the shoot here, and we're going to put a number on here where you can get a hold of Benny if you want to get involved in this and come out and see him. And I'm sure they would surely appreciate your support. So Benny, buddy, sure appreciate
Thanks,
you
Rich.
in that. And we'll see you next time, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Roll out, everybody. Well, Benny's a really good guy, and family, really good people, and I really think it's great what they're doing over there. And while we were over there, we actually got to talk to our old buddy Cliff Rice. And as you all know, Cliff owns High Performance Archery, and check out the site. We got on the site here, we got a page for High Performance Archery, and it talks a little bit about the shop and Cliff and what they're doing over there. And Cliff's just a good guy. I mean, anytime anybody gets anything rolling with archery, he's the first guy to step up and offer to support it. You know, whether it's just indoor shoot or roll out outdoors, Cliff's been real instrumental in just helping support people. He's very knowledgeable in the archery industry and what's going on, and he's just a really good resource to have around. And we got to talk to Cliff a little bit about the industry, the National Archery in Schools program, and his shop a little bit, and how important it is to get youth involved in archery and things like that. It was a good conversation. Cliff's a great guy. Check him out. All right, everybody, I got my good old buddy Cliff Rice here from High Performance Archery, and Cliff has been really instrumental with RHO. He's been a big supporter of RHO. We get all of our equipment and bows through Cliff, and I've said it many a time that Cliff's the only guy I'll trust to touch my stuff. But Cliff's a good friend and a good mentor to us, and we really appreciate Cliff. But I got him here, and Cliff, I want you to talk a little bit about your shop and you know, what you got going on over there, how long you've been in the retail business and your affiliation with Matthews and things like that.
You know, High Performance Archery, I've been running High Performance Archery for about 20 years now. So, you know, we've kind of been in it for the long haul. You know, it's just a great thing, and I certainly appreciate, you know, what you just said about, you know, us working on the bows, and you know, we try to do the best service we can do. You know, we try to make sure if a customer comes in that they get what they need. We try to make sure they don't get anything but what they need. We don't try to, you know, sell somebody something they don't need. We don't try to, you know, take advantage of anybody. We just try to do good service. You know, we sell at competitive prices, always have. And we just make sure that we fit each and every person that comes in there. It's just a hugely important thing to make archery a fun and enjoyable thing to do. So, you know, that's the one thing I would say, that if you don't come into my shop, if you're thinking about getting started in archery, make sure you go into a shop, get fitted, get some advice, get some instruction, and go from there, because it'll make the sport a hugely more enjoyable thing to do. Mm-hmm. And as you can, you know, you can say that you know, you've seen us fit people and put them into equipment, and that makes a huge difference.
It does, and it goes a long way to you know, customer loyalty. I know you have a lot of returning customers, and the people I know that frequent your shop, they're always talking about how professional you are, and just really how it's a good place to hang out. And I think that says a lot about the ownership of a shop, is if that's just someplace people want to go and be around other people. It's just a good atmosphere, and everybody kind of thinks alike. And I know that, like I say, your customer base is really, really loyal, and we really appreciate having you around. But I know you just got back from the ATA show, and you got your finger on the pulse of the industry. We all know that. But regarding the National Archery in the Schools program, tell us how, because I know that's really changed the industry a little bit, and probably you've seen that in your business a little bit. But in terms of just participation and things like we're talking about here, this indoor shoot, how do you see the importance of the National Archery in the Schools program?
Well, yeah, first let me just say that, yeah, we did get back from the ATA show, and it gives us the opportunity to meet with, you know, manufacturers and suppliers, and get an idea of what's going to be, you know, hot for for this coming year, and gives us the opportunity to look at and examine the new stuff, see if that's something we want to bring in, and also gives us a chance to make sure that our tried and true stuff is still what we want to carry and promote to our customers. And like you said, we built our business on return customers and loyal customers, and I appreciate those guys more than you can understand. And we get a lot of our new customers from those guys. Word of mouth is so critical to our business, and we try to maintain, just like our name says, we try to maintain high performance, not only in the equipment we sell, but what we do. And as you mentioned earlier, Bennie works there at the shop for me as well, and we try to do the best we can do with what's coming out. And having said that, and getting back to your question about the NASP program, we try to stay active in the NASP program here locally with the kids. And I think that the biggest thing I've seen here in the last couple of years is the involvement of the kids and the parents, and just anybody. That program just shows that anybody can participate in archery.
Right.
The smallest kids to the biggest kids. I think a really huge part or segment of our industry and archery in and of itself is going to be the kids, involvement of the kids, and the parents, moms tend to get started shooting bow after the kids get started shooting bow. So kids and ladies, the female segment of the archery industry is growing, and that's a great thing to see.
Yeah.
I think it is the future of the sport. I think that we've known forever that it's a family-oriented sport, and we just love the fact that the whole family is now getting involved in archery, and your website, the Roll Hot Outdoors website, just does a great service to showing just how your family's involved in archery.
Well, we appreciate that.
And I'm just tickled to death to be affiliated with you guys and Roll Hot Outdoors. And I think now that we've got Bennie and getting up and going here with the range, I think for me that just shows that the participation in the sport's growing.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do for everybody and all parties involved. And so we're just thrilled with the participation. It just goes to show that it's still strong,
Yep.
and we're really glad to be part of it.
Absolutely, I know. Well, there you have it. Like I say, great people. I encourage everybody to get down there and support that shoot. That's a great place to go, great place to have your kids, and it's just a good atmosphere. You don't have to worry about your kids getting exposed to anything, out of the way there, and it's good, clean fun. Just a lot of people that care about archery and having a good time. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So I encourage you to frequent and support this shoot. People that go to the trouble of providing a resource like that, we should do our part to support that, and I encourage you to do that. I also encourage you to go visit Cliff at High Performance Archery. He'll get you fixed up. I mean, he's the man. He's a pro, and you won't be so disappointed with the service or the products or prices that Cliff's going to extend to you. He's all about helping his fellow archers. It's just a good place to visit. You go over there and say hi, and tell them the boys at RHO sent you. So get out there and shoot this winter. Have a good time. Look for some stuff upcoming this spring in the off season, and just hang in there. Visit us again, and as we always say, don't forget to roll hot, everybody.